Good evening, I'm your host Camelia and you're watching KiniNews. Descendants of the last Sulu Sultan are claiming billions of ringgit from Malaysia, and if the sum is not paid, they could go after Malaysian assets in 167 countries. And it has already begun, with overseas Petronas assets being seized.
The heirs of the purported Sulu Sultanate have seized two Luxembourg-incorporated subsidiaries of Malaysian oil giant Petronas. According to a report by London-based Financial Times, lawyers of the claimant have seized Petronas Azerbaijan and Petronas South Caucasus, reportedly worth $2 billion. The lawyers said bailiffs in Luxembourg seized the holding companies on behalf of their clients on Monday. Descendants of the last Sulu Sultan, Sultan Jamalul Kiram II, are claiming over 62 billion ringgit from Malaysia following an arbitration process. The arbitration process was initiated in response to Malaysia cutting off the annual lease payments of 5,300 ringgit to the Sulu Sultanate in 2013. Malaysia did not participate in the arbitration process in France. Malaysia argued that the dispute with the claimants was not a commercial contract and thus not subject to arbitration. Lawyers of the claimants have argued that since Malaysia is a signatory of the Convention on the Recognition and Enforcement of Foreign Arbitral Awards, hence their clients have a right to seize Malaysian assets in 167 signatory countries, should the claimed sum not be paid.
Crackhouse Comedy Club has been hosting comedians for almost a decade. However, most people outside the Klang Valley are only hearing about it now, thanks to arguably the most questionable stand-up routine in Malaysian history. This means the authorities are paying attention too, and it's more bad news for the club. The Crackhouse Comedy Club has been operating without an entertainment license, according to the Federal Territories Ministry. Its Deputy Minister Jalaluddin Alias said the comedy club in Taman Tun Dr. Ismail, which falls under the jurisdiction of the Kuala Lumpur City Hall, only has a restaurant license. Speaking to the Star, he said the venue needs both, so they definitely violated the terms. Jalaluddin said the BKL would be issuing a show cause letter to the club operator today, and it will have 14 days to respond. The comedy club's operation has been suspended since Sunday. This is after authorities began investigating a viral video of a woman who was believed to be intentionally insulting the sanctity of Islam. The action, however, had since received many criticisms from comedians and netizens who believe the club should not be punished for the woman's action during an open mic event. Jalaluddin reportedly said that Crackhouse can file an appeal within 14 days and also apply for an entertainment license from DBKL. He added that he will leave it to the committee to investigate whether the present license has been abused. The couple behind the questionable stunt are now set to be charged in court. A woman who performed an offensive act at a comedy club in Taman Tun, Dr. Ismail, will be charged in court for allegedly insulting Islam. In a press statement today, the police secretariat notified that she would be charged under Section 298A of the Penal Code, while her partner will be charged under Section 233 of the Communication and Multimedia Act. Section 298A deals with the offense of causing disharmony, disunity, enmity, hatred or ill will. Section 233 deals with the offense of improper use of network facilities to transmit obscene communication. 2 days ago, the police detained the woman and were granted a court order to remand her for investigation until July 12. Her remand order has now been extended by a day until Wednesday. In the event the ROS does not approve its constitutional amendments, AMNO has a secret plan B. AMNO may decide to hold its internal election as required, which is by December this year if the Registrar of Societies does not approve its constitutional amendment to delay the party election. This was revealed by AMNO Secretary General Ahmad Maslan. However, he said there is a Plan B, but he declined to reveal what Plan B is. According to the Malay Mail, he said for the time being, AMNO will not reveal any details of Plan B yet. He said the party's Supreme Council will decide whether to hold the party's elections before December 29th if the constitutional amendment is not approved by ROS.
The current AMNO leadership's 3-year term was supposed to end on June 30 last year. However, the party constitution allows polls to be postponed for a year and a half, which AMNO's Supreme Council had invoked to push the election up to December this year. On May 15, AMNO held an extraordinary general meeting where it unanimously passed an amendment to the party constitution to allow party elections to be postponed until 6 months after a general election. While party delegates have approved the amendment, AMNO would still have to get ROS approval.
An agreement for the DPM post does exist. This is according to the man who drafted the deal.
Past Secretary General Taqiyuddin Hassan has admitted to drafting the agreement for the Deputy Prime Minister post. He said it was labelled as a Memorandum of Agreement, as claimed by Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin yesterday. However, he said he wrote it while in his position as the minister in the Prime Minister's department and not in his party's capacity. He added that the appointment of a DPM still needs the consent of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. According to Berita Harian, Taqiyuddin explained that therefore, one cannot say that it is compulsory to elect a DPM even when the Prime Minister has the prerogative to elect his own DPM. The past leader said this while attending a program organized by the Energy and Natural Resources Ministry in Bukit Gantang, Perak, today. Taqiyuddin stated that as the then minister holding the Parliament and Law portfolio, all matters concerning legal documents were handled by him. Yesterday, Malaysia Kini reported that Muhyiddin had advised his allies in PAS to refer to their party's Secretary General about the existence of this agreement. According to the Perikatan National Chairperson, Taqiyuddin was the person who drafted the agreement.
Meanwhile, to appeal to voters in GE15, PN is set to unveil a fresh logo.
Perikatan Nasional will be introducing a new logo to face the 15th general election. Coalition Chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin said the suggestion to change their logo was made at a PN Supreme Council meeting about 2 weeks ago. According to Bernama, Muhyiddin said the current logo is already good, but PN will improve on it and add symbols. Muhyiddin said this when met by reporters at the Perak PN Aidil Adha People's Feast in Kampung Manjoy in Ipoh yesterday. Earlier, he was asked to comment on past indication that it will neither use the PN logo nor its own full moon logo for its candidates in GE15. Past President Abdul Hadi Awang reportedly said that his party would be using a new symbol. Muhyiddin said PAS had informed PN that it wanted a more suitable logo for the coalition. He added that this was being worked out by its Secretary General Hamzah Zainuddin.
Bersatu's Wan Saiful is no longer the face of PT-PTN after being appointed during Harapan's time in government.
Bersatu Information Chief Wan Saiful Wan Jan's term as National Higher Education Fund Chairperson ended last month. He confirmed the matter on Facebook today. He said it was no secret and that he had mentioned previously that his last day with PT-PTN would be on June 17th. The Bersatu leader did not reveal what his next step would be. Wan Saiful was appointed as PT-PTN chairperson under the Pakatan Harapan federal government. Harapan, as part of its 14th general election manifesto, promised to defer repayment of PT-PTN loans for borrowers earning under 4,000 ringgit a month. Harapan also promised to eliminate the policy of blacklisting defaulters. This was commonly misconstrued as Harapan promising to abolish PT-PTN repayments. The PT-PTN under Harapan abolished a blacklist preventing defaulters from leaving the country. The deferment, however, was never implemented.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.